New DC Multiverse figures revealed from McFarlane Toys, including Knightfall Batman. New Dungeons and Dragon figures from NECA Toys. The LJN ThunderCat Ultimates from Super 7 return, and a whole lot more. So let's jump right into it. Yeah, you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here, and welcome to a Wednesday edition of TNInews. And of course, as always, we've got a lot to cover today, and let's start off with some news from McFarlane Toys. So going up for pre-order this morning was the new DC Multiverse Booster Gold and Blue Beetle 2-pack. I told you this set was going to be going up for pre-order today, especially if you tuned into my live stream yesterday. So it is available at places like our sponsors, Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. You actually get some fair number of accessories with this set, including a grapple gun for Blue Beetle. You are going to, this is going to be released in October. Now, actually just checking, it looks like this sold out already at Big Bad Toy Store. So Entertainment Earth still has it available, but this seems to be a popular one with fans, classic Blue Beetle and Booster. And again, went up for pre-order this morning. Now, I also just wanted to let you know these images surfaced initially yesterday and then today from Hong Kong of the new DC Multiverse Knightfall Batman figure. We knew this one was coming. We had seen listings for it from the overseas distributors. And even though this has not yet been officially announced by McFarlane Toys, it has started to show up in Hong Kong. So I'm not sure the original source of these images, but it does give us a good look at the actual figure. Now, this is a gold label figure. This should be a Walmart exclusive here in the United States. There's actually a listing for it on the Walmart website currently. It is not available for actual purchase yet, kind of like the Hal Jordan Green Lantern. But when it does, again, this will be a Walmart exclusive. I suspect it'll be at physical stores too, but I don't know when it's going to start showing up there. Unlike the Hal Jordan figure, which has already started showing up at physical stores, even though McFarlane hasn't even announced it yet. This Knightfall Batman has not, just overseas, but should probably be out here in the US fairly soon, and hopefully we'll get official announcements and pre-order information when it's going to go, the pre-order is going to go live on it on the Walmart website here pretty soon. Now for NECA Toys, so this comes from San Diego Comic-Con last week. They had on display their 7-inch Ultimate Dungeons and Dragons figures. So they've added 2 more to the lineup. Originally, and it's still available for pre-order, are the War Duke and Grimsword figures. We'd seen those solicited a while back, but they have 2 more figures coming in this line. These have not yet gone up for pre-order, but likely will soon. And the 2 new additions are Strongheart and Zerak. So our first looks at those at Comic-Con last week. And as I said, I suspect those 2 will be going up for pre-order fairly soon. Super 7 today announced those ThunderCat Ultimate Repaints, the wave of repaints that are made to look like the LJN, original LJN figures, will be returning for pre-order tomorrow, which is the 28th. Originally, these went up briefly back in May, and then they got pulled down for some reason. But as I said, Super 7 has said these will be going back up for pre-order tomorrow. So on the Super 7 website around noonish, and then places like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth should have them up around 3 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want to get these, again, they're made to look like the original LGN figures. You'll have your opportunity tomorrow. For you Spongebob Squarepants fans, we've got a new Nendoroid figure coming from Good Smile Company based on the lead character from SpongeBob. Of course, SpongeBob himself, which is going to have a couple of different facial expressions that you can put on him. He's got a stand, things like a hamburger to hold. So this figure should be going up for pre-order pretty much, I believe, everywhere, like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth that carries the Good Smile stuff. This should be going up for pre-order tomorrow, which again is the 28th. Mattel yesterday for their Mo Tuesday event, they kicked it off yesterday. This is where they're going to be showing off new Masters of the Universe products every Tuesday. We don't know exactly how long they're going to do that, how many Tuesdays, but for the foreseeable future, every Tuesday you can expect some type of new reveal. Now yesterday it wasn't really new, it was just official images of some of the stuff we had seen at San Diego Comic-Con. So basically, the first wave of 2023 for Masterverse. So that wave is going to include the Evelyn as the Sorceress of Grayskull from the Revelation series, as well as Roboto. So those two figures, and then those will be joined by a new Eternia version of Stratos and a Princess of Power version of Frosta. So that again should be the first wave released in 2023. I believe that'll be characterized as Wave 8. So, and then they also showed off, I believe, what is the first wave of 2023 for the Masters of the Universe Origins. That's going to be the Rise of the Snake Men theme with a different type packaging. So that is going to have the Snake Armor He-Man figure, along with the Rattler and Cobra Khan figures. And then the final figure in that wave will be another Power of the Sun, or, you know, a Sunman related figure with Boltman. So again, I believe that is going to be the first wave of 2023 for Origins. Now, they didn't show it in these official images, but we saw it at the convention, the Cobra or the King Hiss figure. So that one, I believe, is going to be a deluxe figure and should probably be released around the same time as the Rise of the Snake Men wave. Also, they showed the Grizzlor figure and the Camo-Con figure. I talked about these on Monday. These are going to be Mattel Creations exclusives. These are in keeping with the Wundar and the Keldor figures that they've already done pre-orders for. So the next one to go up on Mattel Creations, I believe, is going to be the Camo-Con figure, and then followed by the Grizzlor figure. Hopefully they will be more readily available than like the Wundar figure was, which sold out in just a couple of minutes. Mattel has said that they're aware of the problem, but you know, we'll have to see if they actually fix it or not when that goes up. And they haven't given us a specific date or anything when that will go up, but I suspect the Camo-Con figure will be going up fairly soon, probably within the next month. They showed an image of that He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Castle Grayskull play set. I've talked about this many times. We saw this initially announced earlier in the year, back in February, and that's pretty much the same image that they had released back then. So there's a listing for it on Amazon currently. It's not available for purchase, but I suspect that it will be available there and probably everywhere that carries He-Man in the fairly near future. They showed a mashup line between Masters of the Universe and Fall Guys. I don't really know anything about Fall Guys, but they're doing these figures based on Teela, Skeletor, He-Man, and Battle Cat. And then finally, they released this official image of the Eternia playset, which will be the next crowdsourcing item on the Mattel Creations website. We still don't have any specific details like pricing or when it's actually the campaign is going to go live. I suspect maybe next month or September, I would think would be the latest, but hopefully they'll do it next month. I believe Hasbro's HasLab Ghost Rider themed campaign is going to go live in September, so hopefully, you know, all these companies won't pile these things on at the same time. Super 7 also teased what appears to be new Ultimates figures that'll be based on the movie Corpse Bride. They put out this image. At first I thought this was a reaction figure, but if you look closely, there is articulation on the elbows, which would suggest this is an Ultimates figure. So this is probably something that won't go up for pre-order until next week, but when more details become available on it, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Mezco, while they were on hand at San Diego Comic-Con last week, they really didn't have anything new that we hadn't seen before in their booth. However, online, they did show off some preview images for a couple of new products. So first of all, we are getting another Conan figure for the 112 Collective line. This is King Conan. No other details other than just this one image. And then on the Marvel side of things, they showed us a preview image for their 112 Collective Dr. Octopus figure, and then a Silver Centurion Iron Man. So again, no other details other than these images, but these are figures that should be coming soon, or at least be going up for pre-order soon from Mezco Toys. For Marvel from Hasbro, so first of all, I just wanted to share these images for the new web-chomping Spider-Rex 16-inch figure. Now this is really made more for the kids, but Spider-Rex is actually appearing in the comics. And you know, this might be something that you could actually use with your Marvel Legends. Now this did go up for pre-order earlier this week on Amazon, but it is currently sold out. But this should be something that is carried everywhere, so I would expect places, even probably Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store, will carry this at some point. So, and you'll see it probably at Walmarts and Targets. Again, it's made more for the kids, but it's kind of a cool figure. It's actually based on something from the comics and might actually work fairly well with your Marvel Legends. Also, Hasbro last week apparently teased another figure. They had done some virtual Q&As with Dwight Stahl from the Marvel Legends brand team with folks at the Hasbro booth, and they actually put those Q&As up on their YouTube channel. Dwight didn't make it out to San Diego last week, so everything with him was virtual. But in one of those Q&As, Dwight showed off, in typical Marvel brand team fashion, showed off an accessory teasing an upcoming figure. The accessory is some type of blaster. Now, there are a couple of different characters that, have been seen using blasters similar to what Dwight held up. So characters like the Trapster, which probably is the most well-known character, but I don't really think the gun that Dwight held up really matches that closely the weapon that he's used. The Trapster has shown up in a lot of different comics over the years. And then we have a character called Chemistro, I guess is how you say it. I believe he was primarily seen in the Luke Cage comics, Heroes for Hire, Iron Fist and Luke Cage. So his gun, there's been a couple of different guys who have assumed this mantle, and like you can see here, that's a pretty close match. But I feel like more likely the gun is going to be for a Ghost Rider villain named the Orb, who basically was a mercenary that wore a big giant helmet that looked like an eyeball. So I feel like that's would be a pretty cool action figure, and I feel like maybe that's what they're hinting here. I don't know that for sure. I don't have any information on any of these characters getting the Marvel Legend treatment, but just something to be aware of, that it looks like there is some type of figure using a fairly unique looking blaster coming to the Marvel Legends lines probably sometime in 2023. And then finally on the Marvel Legend front, I just want to let you know, so MCU Collector did an interview last week at Comic-Con with the Hasbro brand team, and one of the interesting pieces of information out of that was that Hasbro announced that Sentry, which they showed off last week, which they did announce to be a Walgreens exclusive. So that will not be the final villain figure released. They've been doing the villain theme this year for Walgreens exclusives. We got Baron Zemo and Jigsaw, and then Sentry should be the next figure released. And I don't have any specific date on when that's going to become available or pre-order or anything like that. I would think soon, if they're going to at least get one more after that one out. But no word on a release date for Sentry. But they did say that there would be at least one more villain figure released as a Walgreens exclusive, which I assume would be sometime this year. So if you thought Sentry was going to be the last, you'd be wrong. And again, there'll be at least one more. And I'll put a link to the MCU Collector interview in the video description below if you want to check that out. Okay, so that is it for today. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about down in the comments section. Like the video if you're so inclined, and please think about subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. Hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. As always, guys, stay safe out there, and until next time, I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.